Get over here!
Yeah, eventually, Lloyd's not going to crit one of these times and he's going to need help.
Yeah, you were saying. Still, he's getting some good experience. And we definitely have plenty of people who can go in and help him.
Mm-hmm.
Good level up! Yeah, but moving on to some of the other stuff that we discovered from the Direct.
The audacity of that Pikmin reveal. If you don't know, I'm a really big Pikmin fan.
Oh
guys.
yeah, no, like, John absolutely adores Pikmin.
You bring Shigeru Miyamoto on, he's like, hey, we're gonna talk about Pikmin. Like, oh man, here it is, the game they said was near completion in 2015. And then they talk about Pikmin Bloom, which is a mobile game that has been out for a while, and they're just kind of explaining it because not enough people downloaded it.
Yeah.
Not enough people got into it, so they're trying to get more people into Pikmin Bloom.
Yeah, and it does look cute, I just never got into it myself.
Yeah, I would play it if I didn't already play Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Playing 2 games like that is
Nah.
too much for me.
I guess it's for those people who, like, for those, like, very, very small percentage of people who, like, you know, like Pikmin but aren't really into Pokemon.
Yeah.
And that's not a lot.
Yeah. And then finally they're like, here's a look at Pikmin 4, and it's just like a few, like, shots of scenery and a logo. It's like a little bit better than what we have of Metroid Prime 4.
Oh my god, yeah, because, like, we're still in limbo about Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah.
Which, I kind of understand why, because, like, something went awry during development of Metroid Prime 4, and Nintendo's like, no, let's not rush it, let's not try and, let's not, like, make any rash decisions, let's step back, it's gonna have to be delayed, but that's just the nature of these things. It's unfortunate, but let's do the right thing.
It
and
seems
I'm really, like, I actually really, like, I saw that peppered throughout the Direct as well, is that philosophy of, like, we need a little more time for development, so we need to make sure that we have everything right here.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they do that. Soren, as long as I'm here, I won't let you die. There's too much riding on your survival. Stay close.
I won't die, Ike. I vow to remain by your side as long as I draw the breath of life.
Man, Ike is the person Soren sorely needed.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap.
I'm not like actually mad about the Pikmin announcement. Like,
No, you were just like,
if the game,
how dare you?
yeah,
I'm happy.
yeah, like it looks beautiful.
Oh, it looks fantastic, dude. Like,
But like the drip feed, how little can we show the Pikmin fans and still act like we showed them something? Like, I don't mind how little we've seen of Tears of the Kingdom either.
Yeah.
Because everything looks great and, like, the mystery is kind of exciting.
Yeah, speaking of which, can we talk about Tears of the Kingdom?
It's gonna be great.
I'm looking forward to it.
I like how little we know about it.
Yeah, what a title, though, right?
That's a good one.
It's actually kind of funny, too, because, like, not to bring up, like, current events or anything like that, but you know the whole spiel with, like, what happened in the UK.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
And, like, some people got on their high horses and is like, is this why they didn't, like, it is? No, they're not delaying it in the freaking UK. They're just, like, they were just delaying the Direct. That's it.
Yeah,
Like, get off your high horses, people. Don't pretend like you know something about something that's going on in a different country that you live in.
It's just that that's such a big deal in the UK that they felt it would be in bad taste to, like, take media space.
Yeah, and, like, at the end of the day, like, that's not exactly their fault, like, you know? Is, like, again, that's going into another thing that happened, that is going on right now, which is disappointing, but I understand why, is the delay of Advance Wars.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough one.
Yeah, like, say what you will, guys, it's like, you know, that is still a very, very complicated matter, and you can't really blame Nintendo for that one, because they couldn't have seen this coming. They couldn't have predicted any of this.
Like, if you know the plot of the first Advance Wars game and, like, how that game opens, it would kind of be in bad taste to release it right around the Ukraine thing.
Yeah, exactly. Which, again, is an unfortunate situation, but that's just how it is. And I at least respect Nintendo for being, like, at least tastefully aware of the situation and, like, making those executive decisions to be like, no, we want to we want to make sure that everyone has the time to process everything that's going on.
Yeah.
And, like it or not, this is how things need to play out. And, like, yeah, it's made some people mad, but screw those people, you know? Like, these are the kinds of things that executives need to make decisions about.
Yeah. And it's not necessarily, like, a super emotional decision on their part. It's business.
Exactly.
You want to not have PR issues, and you want people to be interested in the product when it comes out.
Exactly.
So they need to find a new release window where Advanced Wars might actually be able to thrive on its own merits.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm really looking forward to that game, too.
By the way, Ike's maxed out. Alright, let me see if I can do this properly.
People were wondering if we were going to get, like, for the Fire Emblem anniversary,
Yeah.
if we were going to get one of those, like, in-concert orchestrations of, like, a bunch of different songs like they did for Kirby.
Well, we do have the Fire Emblem Premium Arrange album that remixed a lot of, like, songs throughout the ages.
Oh.
Yeah, have you not heard about that?
No, I'm gonna have to look that up when we're done here.
Yeah, dude, have you never heard the premium arranged version of Eternal Bond?
Oh, I've heard that because you've played it for me, but I didn't know there was, like, a bunch of those.
Oh, yeah, they did, with Mila's Divine Protection, they did, Against the Black Knight, they did the Genealogy of the Holy War map themes, they did a whole bunch, and they actually did a second wave, if I recall correctly, where they remixed a lot of the themes from, Three Houses. Their arrangement of Blue Skies in a Battle is fantastic.
Oh, cool.
Tabarn, may I join you? I feel much more confident teaming up with someone so adept.
Sure, sounds good. Think you can keep up with me?
That would be something that they would say to each other.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops.
Whoops.
I meant to drop.
Well, we have a lot of those. You can get Marcia to drop then.
Yeah, my bad.
I'll be honest, me bringing up the music was really just the setup for a really bad joke.
Oh.
It was gonna end with Ike saying, "You'll receive no symphony from me."
God damn it! No thank you. Gosh darn it. Bad comic.
I have another D&D group that I play with.
Yeah?
And the other day I, like, said some kind of bad joke like that and laughed at it myself. And somebody said, "Wow, nobody makes John laugh like John." And I was like, oh my god, it's true. Ana, you alive? I'm right here if you need help. Ah, good to see you. Please be cautious in battle.
You don't need to you don't need to say that to Volk of all people.
Yeah.
Then again, he almost did get killed just now.
That wasn't Volk's fault. My speech impediment is acting up right now.
I can tell.
That wasn't Volk's fart.
Oh, goodness.
I don't know who that was.
Some other things that came up during the Direct that I'm super excited about. Funnily enough, like, the one I wasn't expecting to, like, send me into such an excited little, like, giddy little tizzy was 007 GoldenEye.
Oh, yeah, that's neat.
And online play?
Yeah.
Like, that's great, man!
I'm just a little suspect because their online play for the N64 Switch has been very, very shaky.
Mm-hmm. That I will agree with you on that.
I don't know if they ever fixed, like, the Mario Kart 64 stuff.
From what I'm to understand, they might still be working on it because, like, you know, that is a thing.
They've made some fixes to those ROMs, though, because, like... Like, the thing that got really famous was the one room in Ocarina of Time where you fight Dark Link, and they've fixed that room.
Yeah.
It looks a lot better now. There are reflections.
Mm-hmm.
It's a matter of taste whether or not it looks as good as the original N64 version, but...
Yeah, but that in and of itself is a whole, like, you know...
Yeah.
Programming nightmare. Here's the thing about it, like, related to that. That's something that, like, I wish more people understood. Porting a game into another system is not as simple as taking the code, slapping it onto a new hardware, and calling it a day. No.
Yeah.
There is a lot that is involved in programming games and, like, understanding how those programs work. Because, for anyone who's ever studied computer programming, or like ENPS, not ENPS, like C++ and like things like that. Coding is a bitch.
Emulation is a lot of work.
Coding is an absolute freaking nightmare because it's one of those situations where it's like just a simple you know what? A simple typo in one small little insignificant portion of the code map can fuck everything up. Hi, aliens, colonial marines.
Yeah, when they fixed one line of code and the game worked.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like that is aliens, colonial marines is a perfect example of that very notion that one simple typo, one little character out of place can screw everything up like a Jenga tower. So that's why, like, whenever someone is someone like is talking about, oh, like, why don't they fix this? Why don't they fix that? It can't be that difficult to do this, this, and that. And I in my head, I'm just like, are you a computer programmer? No. Are you a game designer? No. Have you ever made a game yourself? Well, on RPG Maker, but then shut up.
A lot of the really good emulations that we do have. Because it's true, you can you can find a better emulator for free online than what Nintendo is selling as this. And that's true, and I think maybe Nintendo shouldn't have released it in the state that it was.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're charging a little too high for it.
That's the main thing that I actually do agree with. Like, I understand that video games are expensive and, like, inflation and all that jazz, but even I think that the pricing for the Nintendo Online service is a little too ridiculous.
And those emulators were made by people working, like really dutiful fans working countless hours for no pay.
Yeah.
And, like, a company like Nintendo can't really do that. Like, they can fix these emulators, but it's gonna take time and it's gonna take money.
Mm-hmm. Especially because, like, no offense to emulation, like, that in and of itself is a whole thing that, hang on a sec.
Lord Sonicy, while you're here, what say we work together to pummel these cads? I agree. I'll help you too. A little give and take will make us stronger in our fight.
Did you just call a horde of dragons cads?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Cad dragons.
I love Marcia's speech pattern. Like, she's so crude and, like, unapologetically so.
Marcia she knows the dragons are stronger, but she doesn't have any, like, reverence for them.
No, not at all. Yeah, you were saying, I'm sorry. I was saying.
Yeah.
What was I saying? It was something about programming.
Emulation programming.
Emulation, yeah. No, I remember now. Emulation in and of itself is a whole thing, and, like, no offense to anyone who actually works on emulation, it is a lot of work. But Nintendo, not only as one of the oldest gaming companies ever, but also like a company that, like, is one of the high-end AAA, high-budget, like, companies, they have a higher standard. And with emulation, that's something that they actually have to actively work on in order to meet those standards.
Yeah.
Like, is it kind of a sucky situation, like, that you have to put it, that we have to paint it that way? Yeah, kind of, but that's the truth of it. You know?
Here's my tip, actually. If you're interested in playing the N64 games and Sega Genesis games and getting free DLC for stuff.
Yeah.
Guys, get yourself a family program and find a group of up to 8 people, all with Switches, that you can put all on that family program and divide it. You save a lot of money. That's what Oscar and I do.
Yeah, that's what we do. Like, we have plenty of people who are more than happy to take you up on that. Patty's a part of it.
Yep.
You and Allie both kind of, like... Because you both have your own Switches, right?
Yep, and we've just finally used up the last slot, which is Dylan's girlfriend Bree.
Yeah.
Has been playing Dead by Daylight and needed a Nintendo account.
Yeah, there you go. So it's like one of those things where it's like, yeah, you can just do that.
Yeah.
And it works just fine.
Like, it's still money, but then once you divide that among a bunch of different people, it, like, feels like not as much money.
Mm-hmm.
It is a little distressing to, like, manage budgets in 2022 with how many subscription services there are. If you do Netflix, if you do Hulu, if you're PlayStation membership.
Yeah, admittedly, like, the amount of subscriptions that, like, you have to keep track of nowadays is a little bit distressing to me, but that's just my personal opinion.
Oscar and I also share an Adobe suite for Photoshop and Adobe Premiere and everything.
Yeah.
And
yeah, we divide that among you, myself, and Amber because she also uses that program.
Yeah.
And it just works out, like, a lot better, honestly. Like, It literally pays to have friends.
Yeah. That's a good tagline.
Thank you.
So if you want to kind of optimize against the companies, that's how you do it. You get friends and you make a family program with them.
Pretty much. Yeah, I'm kind of just like, biding my time here.
Or you pirate, but
yeah, but that in and of itself, like, is its own, like,
I have complex feelings about pirating, but I'm not your dad. I'm not going to tell you what's ethical to pirate and what isn't.
Yeah, for me personally, when it comes to piracy, like, it really only is justified, and I say justified loosely, if it's a game that's no longer on the market. Like, if it's one of those things where it's like, oh, where are you possibly going to go to get a game that is discontinued, or a game that is no longer available on markets, or like anything else like that, or a game that is not easily programmed to work on certain hardwares, like the DS games.
Yeah,
that I can understand to a certain degree.
Because I also believe in like video game preservation, and sometimes pirating is the only way some games are preserved.
Especially some lesser known games, like another instance actually is for me is localization.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for emulation, I never would have played Ace Attorney Investigations 2.
Yeah.
Because that game's not available in the US.
It does make it very exciting when companies do make things more available. Like Suikoden 1 and 2 just came out on Steam, and that's super cool.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those things where it's like, I am more than content to purchase the games once they become available. But if they're not available and there's no way for me to get them, like, to get them otherwise, then yeah, like, it's one of those things where it's like, I would still, like, kind of bide my options and, like, understand that, hey, maybe this might not be the best idea. But, again, context is a beautiful thing.
What did you think of Octopath Traveler 2?
I'm very excited about that, especially because my fans know I love me my Octopath Traveler.
I'm surprised how excited I got when I heard that music again.
Yeah. The funny thing is, it's one of those things that I actually kind of appreciate from an experimental standpoint with Square Enix, because this Octopath Traveler was clearly an experiment. It was them basically trying something different, trying something new, and while the game itself certainly has like some really, really bad
design decisions
here and there, it's not the worst thing in the world. And if I'm being completely and perfectly honest with you, there's a reason that it actually got such a good cult following. Like, people really, really like the characters, they like the writing, they like the charm, they like the art style, they love the music. Like, yeah, the game does have some design flaws, but it makes sense when you understand that, Octopath Traveler, at the end of the day, was this big experiment that they wanted to try out, test the waters with, and see if people are like, oh, hey, this style of game, with this whole storybook aesthetic and, like, separate characters and all that, it helps that the writing is great.
Yeah.
Like, the writing is actually really, really good in Octopath Traveler, and
one of the things they're really advertising for 2 is that the stories
intertwined. Yeah. They're learning.
Because that was
they took the advice from people.
Octopath felt a lot like they had this idea, and then, like, the time that they put aside to develop the game ran out, and they were like, well, this is what we have.
Yeah.
So if you want to see what we made, this is it.
And honestly, I think it paid off, because while they may not have, like, necessarily won the audience over when it came to, the game itself, because, like, it plays a lot like Bravely Default and all that jazz. Mm-hmm. What they did excel at was arguably one of the most important things when it comes to getting an audience to notice your game. They made the audience fall in love with the characters.
Also, the battle system's really good.
The battle system is fantastic. Like I was like making that comparison earlier. The battle system is basically,
it's like Bravely Default,
but like much more refined.
Yeah. Yeah, like, trying to get enough super effective hits in to stagger a boss so that you can survive one more round. Like,
yeah.
It gets really nail-biting, and that's hard to do in turn-based combat.
It really is. Nice work, Sheenan! And I do like how open-ended a lot of the building is in Octopath Traveler, because like when I discovered that whole thing with Rune Lord, with Tressa,
Rune Lord Tressa,
and you can transfer freaking
what's that called? Like wink phase?
Sidestep.
Sidestep.
Yeah, and you can transfer Sidestep. I was like, oh my god, this is so dumb, and I love it. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. You're going to take his spot. I am determined to make Nephany the MVP
Yeah.
in this chapter.
What else do we have from that direct?
Bayonetta 3!
Yeah! Yeah, they did show more Bayonetta 3.
Ow! I'm excited about that one, man.
Yeah.
Because, holy crap, I love me some Bayonetta.
Bayonetta 3 existed as a logo for a really long time, and it looks like it's going to be worth the wait.
Absolutely. Like, the game looks fantastic. I will say this, I fell in love as soon as I heard that music. I was like, is this the battle theme? This sounds amazing!
Folk, I worry about you. You know, all I have left is family. Please stay safe. Hey, do whatever you want. I just don't get in my way.
They would say that. But,
Volk refuses your compassion. Yeah, I might pick up Octopath Traveler 2, depending on how much money I have at that time.
actually, you know what? I want to try something.
Okay.
Do we want to put a magic, a resistance character here?
Sure. You're just gonna have to do some swapping around, but...
Like, I actually kind of want to put maybe, oh, not Soren, actually. Oh, no, what about Micaiah?
Let's just wait until, like, if one of them doesn't die, we can actually look at what a trade-off is.
I actually do agree with that, so let's do that then. We'll do this at the very least.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Bayonetta 3 is looking fantastic. People have told me that if I were to ever cosplay someone from Bayonetta, who would you cosplay Bayonetta? And I'm like, no, I wouldn't cosplay Bayonetta because I don't think I could pull it off. I would cosplay Luke.
Bayonetta has a very particular body type.
A very particular body type and a design that you kind of need to do justice with. Because that is a very striking and identifiable design that is very easy to mess up.
Like, I'm also all for people with different body types than a character, like, putting their own spin on it.
You're friends with me, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually why I've been getting into Pokemon Gajinkas lately, because like seeing someone do a cosplay of a Pokemon and making it more human.
Those are really creative.
Yeah, I actually I was at Colossicon East, as a lot of people might know right now, last weekend, and I actually saw this really, really cool dude who was like in a sort of like red gi outfit with some flares on his arms and like fluff on his legs and a beak on his head, and I was like, oh, that's Blaziken! So I saw that and I was like, yeah, that's a good way to do Blaziken!
Well, I've said this isn't a Pokemon Gajinka, but do I even want to say this? I don't want anybody to steal my idea.
I mean, who cares?
Yeah. I've always wanted to go to one of those like formal cosplay balls.
Oh yeah.
And do, I call it Tuxedo Donkey Kong.
Yes, I remember this.
So get a colored tuxedo with dark brown coat and lighter brown vest, and like gel my hair into that
swirl
cowlick, and be like Suave Kong.
That would be fantastic. Honestly, like, if you ever do that, I will join you, because one character I actually want to do is imagine a pink suit with a cute little jeweled bow tie or something like that, and a small crown, and go as Prince Peach.
Nice.
I would absolutely go with... I actually do want to do Prince Peach one of these days.
That would be pretty great.
I saw a fan art of it online, and it looked so fantastic and striking, and I was like, yeah, I wouldn't mind cosplaying something like that, you know?
Oh man, if we presented, we could learn a swing dance or something.
Swing dance, or like a ballroom dance, or like a waltz, something like that. Dude, like, if you ever want to go to a convention and you want to do Suave Kong with me as Prince Peach, I will join you on that.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
I would absolutely do that, because I actually do... I have actually been hoping, like, I don't want to push it or anything, obviously, But I've actually kind of been hoping to have you come with us to conventions because it is so much fun.
Yeah.
And I understand it's not for everyone, and your first con experience
I've only
was
been to
pretty
one
stress.
convention and I got a little overwhelmed.
Yeah, it was stress. It was Otakon, which is one of the bigger ones. Honestly, Colossocon's a lot smaller and a little more friendly to first timers.
There was
so
also
I think you would enjoy yourself.
There were also some external circumstances to that trip too, so I was
Yeah.
I was maybe not mentally in the best place at the time that I went to that Otakon.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. That,
But
Otakon that year, that was the last year that it was in Baltimore, and it was kind of a mess, unfortunately.
Yeah, I remember going to Veronica and being like, man, I'm really and she's like, hey, are you alright? And I'm like, I'm really stressed out. I don't know why. This is fun, but I'm so stressed.
Yeah, I think a lot of it was also because again, those extraneous circumstances that kind of were out of our control.
Yeah.
And among this, that, and everything, and the general just stress of travel. You know,
it was
because we had to go to DC for that.
It was a weird weekend.
Or not DC,
that
Baltimore.
Was Baltimore. Yeah.
Yeah, we had to go to Baltimore for that, and it was a very stress-filled weekend, unfortunately.
Yeah, there was lots of great things about being at that.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure you had fun, and I think.
But I got home and I was like, I don't know if I ever want to do that again.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons that I feel. It was I feel I want to see more of you go into those types of things is because when it came to cosplay, dude, your first time was incredible.
That was really fun doing Simon Petrikov.
Yeah, from Adventure Time. Honestly, dude, I saw those photos that Patty took. Your cosplay of Simon was immaculate.
Yeah, and I got a lot of help from Gage from Sheikah Arts.
Yeah,
helped me a lot in the last week of that cosplay.
Yeah, and that's why I'm you know what? I want to see John cosplay some more because what you did that weekend was incredible. Actually,
it was really cool, and I like those kinds of things where it's a character but with a twist. So I wanted to do the Ice King, but specifically the episode when you see him before he's the Ice King.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and quite frankly, I think it was incredible. I thought it was amazing.
Thank you. That's very nice of you to say. Yeah, and that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Going around in the convention in that costume was really rewarding too.
Mm-hmm.
And I love seeing other people in costume and talking to them. It's just the travel. And the day before, I did one other cosplay that weekend. I did Dr. Orpheus from the Venture Brothers.
Yes.
Which is a more obscure character, but
I think I know where you're getting at.
I think one person recognized what I was doing all day.
Yeah. But it was one of those things where it's oh, this one character recognized me, and that suddenly made it all worth it because it's oh my god, this person recognized me, and I just got an idea.
Time to bait.
I need someone with good resistance who can travel pretty far. I think I'm actually gonna have Mist go up there. Over here.
Okay. Yeah, alright.
Or... You know, let's start with this. I'm gonna have Alincia bait. Because she has high resistance.
Okay.
And, she can at the very least... I don't know. I'm curious to see if maybe she can do something with the Storm Sword. I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
But...
Well, we can at least make that one move forward. Yeah, and take Mist over there then, too, for next turn.
Yeah, we'll take Mist over there, and we'll take Marcia there, too, because she also has a Worm Slayer.
Cool.
Oh, wait, she already moved.
Yeah, but in the future.
Alright, that's it. Yeah, I'm kind of just, again, biding my time and seeing how, and, taking this slow, because this is one of those situations where slow and steady wins the race. Oh, snap, Huh!
They're at a meter. Cool.
Oh!
That's a lot of people at a meter.
Okay, well, they decided to transform back.
Yeah, but they don't move. I don't know about the ones behind them, but I know Deginsia, Nasir, and Gareth do not move.
But, now that that's the case, I think we can move forward and start attacking.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I forgot about the meter thing. So yeah, if we move here...
Yeah, Wishblade.
Real quick, though, you're not gonna move, but what's your range? Because I'm like...
1 to 2, like any other dragon.
Okay, good, because... Dude, I remember having... I remember when we played Fire Emblem Blazing Sword, and it was like, oh yeah, there's that one dragon that has a range of 3!
Yeah.
Oh, did I ever tell you what happened to me in Sacred Stones?
No.
It was like... So, Sacred Stones, like, we're considering doing that one after this, right? And I'm like, okay, yeah, Sacred Stones is going to be super easy compared to what we had to go through with Tellius, right? But I also remember specifically that, oh, hey, there was also that incident the first time I played Fire Emblem Sacred Stones in the final level, and Mortis moves!
He sure does.
Mortis freaking moves!
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no! Why do you move? So I was like, oh no. I lost, like, Artur and Loot because of that.
Yeah, he can be a real asshole.
Like, holy... Dude, I actually like that, like, looking back at it, because I was like, okay, what the hell, man? Why do you pull this crap? But then I'm like, you know what? No, it's the freaking final boss. Like, I was actually kind of okay with it.
Yeah. I can remember playing that when the game came out and being, like, so shocked.
It was like, oh god, Mortis moved.
I can also remember playing Path of Radiance for the first time, and when you play on lower difficulties, Ashnar doesn't move. And
Yeah, you're right.
And I was like, what the heck? He's on a dragon, what do you mean he doesn't move?
Alright, so this area is pretty much perfectly safe. Yeah, I guess these guys are just going to build meter?
I guess so.
So I guess we can move forward.
Yeah. Yeah, now's the time. Press the advantage.
I'm at least gonna do this.
Okay.
Because I want them transformed.
What else is... Well, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is coming out pretty soon. Though, perhaps we can save the Pokemon talk for the Pokemon Let's Play.
Yeah, I think that's perfectly fine. Yeah, and that wasn't during the Direct. Nice one!
Good time for Adept. Yeah, they didn't show it during that Direct.
Yeah. Because, like, Pokemon kind of has its own thing now with the whole Direct, whatnot, you know?
Did you see the, like, one clickbait YouTube video that was like, has Nintendo forgotten Mario? It's like, oh my...
I saw that and I'm like, no!
Alright, calm down.
Like, dude! What makes it... How? Okay. Can we actually... Can I express something real quick?
Sure.
That... Even in the context of, like, you know, oh, hey, like, they're not making any Mario games anymore. No, that doesn't fly. Did you forget about Mario and Rabbids?
Yeah,
They literally showed Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
Yeah.
Or, like, Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope during the Direct. They haven't forgotten about Mario. Trust us.
I know when something's your favorite franchise, it can feel like you've been waiting longer than you actually have.
Yo, dude, if you're complaining about Mario not getting enough attention, I would like to point you to freaking Metroid. I want to point you to freaking
F-Zero. We're gonna have to
freaking Earthbound.
I'd point you to some F-Zero fans, but they're all dead and buried.
Oh my god.
They died of waiting.
Like, for real though.
Because, like, at this point, it really does seem like we might never get another F-Zero.
Yeah, which is a shame.
Captain Falcon is a Super Smash Bros. Character.
Pretty much. Like, they had to make up his, like, moveset when they first brought him to Smash. And then that, like, transferred into, the anime.
Yeah.
Like, he used the Falcon Punch, like, once during the anime.